Hi there. Good morning, everybody. Want to welcome you all here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. This is a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. Time for the playlist. I do this once a month, usually mid-month. I try to get it like right on the second Saturday of every month so that I'm not having too many things come out on the Saturday. Basically, this show is about what I listen to regularly in my playlist. Now, I'm not a song playlist type guy. I know there's people that have like their little earphone plug things and their you little things that you plug into your computer. Those things, they take them with them, and they have a set playlist. Of maybe they have 2 or 3 set playlists. I don't know, where they put a bunch of songs in there and they like to listen to those songs. I'm not a song guy that way. I prefer albums. I'm an album guy, so my playlist is basically 20 albums that I rotate up as they get replaced. The next one comes in at the bottom. That's how I work. So my listening to, I guess if you want to say, my listening to habits have changed over the course of this being on this channel, having this channel. So I now have this thing where I have set up where my stereo is. I have my list of playlist albums that are waiting their turn, and then I have the next list over as new albums I haven't listened to, and then I have a list of stuff that's waiting its turn in the playlist to get into the playlist, and then I have the last one is just runs of albums that I listen to. So that's my habits. And so what I'm going to do is I'll give you my list of albums that came out of my playlist this week or this month or this last session, whatever you want to call it. And I'll give you the ones that I put into the playlist this last session. And then I'll give you I'll talk a little bit about the stuff that I've been listening to lately. And at the end, I'll give you a top 5 of my playlist right now. So we'll start with the, the other thing. Yeah, that's it. Sorry. There was no other thing. Okay, so the ones that have come out of my playlist since the last playlist was Jethro Tull's Rock Island. I thought this was pretty good, but I just felt like really wasn't up to it at this point being in the playlist, and there was other albums I wanted to get in there, so I took it out for that reason. Subterranean was up there for a long time. I actually got as high as my favorite for a while. I think this is one of the stronger IQ albums. I don't know if it's quite as good as Dark Matter, but I think it's pretty close, and it's in that time period. So everything from this period forward, I think, is their best stuff. This one just came out. The problem with this one is that I think it requires more of a headphone reaction to it than just playing. Sometimes I would put it on when its turn came and it wouldn't be the right setting for it. It needs to be either I'm doing something in the kitchen or cleaning or doing something. It's an album for that, or for listening to in the dark, or while I'm reading at the end of the day. Might even be a headphones album. I'm not sure. I haven't got there. But I thought it wasn't doing as well as I hoped it would do. It was doing okay, just not as well as I hoped it would do. So I pulled it out of the playlist, so it's out as of today, actually. So the other one that came out was this one right here, the debut album, or 347 EST, the Klaatu album. Great album, did very well. Just didn't want to burn it out, so I pulled it out. It wasn't getting burned out, but I didn't want to get to that point. I quite like the album. So the albums that replace those ones are the Hope one, of course. I put that in. As soon as I took the debut out, I put this one in as a replacement. I'm not sure how much I'm going to like this one. So it's still relatively new. It's been there less than a month, so we've got to give it a little more time than that. The next one I put in is another Eloy. I'm really going through the Eloy albums, lots of them. This one, I liked it initially. on listening to it. It was in my wait to get in there for a fairly lengthy time. It's in there now. I think it's going to do well. I do like this cover. This is one of the better covers, Eloy's better covers. A little bit different than some of their others, but I still think Eloy has some of the better covers in rock. I like the back part too, quite good. So this one is now in the playlist. This one in the playlist, this is the live album by Gentle Giant. This is really good. I've become a little bit more taken with live albums than I used to be. There's like 4 or 5 of them now in my playlist. This is normally out of, that doesn't happen. You're lucky to get one in there, but now there's like 3 or 4. And this one is one of the better ones. Absolutely strong album. Lots of stuff here that I like. So I think part of the reason that I like this more now is because I always kind of liked it, but now a lot of the albums I've gone through and I'm a lot more familiar with the material here. So that helps a lot too. The newest one, which went in this morning, is this Buffalo Springfield one, their debut. I like this a lot. It took a long time. I got this like a year ago and it's just getting into the playlist now just because you can only put so many in. So it's now just entered. Gonna hopefully do well, see what happens. Yeah, quite good album. I'm not as keen on the other 2 Buffalo Springfield albums, but this one I like a lot. So that's what's changed. Now, a little bit about what I've been listening to. So normally I do these little runs where I'll pick 3 or 4 albums from a certain band because I feel like listening to them. I'll pick 3 or 4 of their discography and I'll just play them as their turn comes up. I just finished, I did Camel. I did the Rolling Stones I had in there for a bit, and the Beatles, all 3 of them. And actually the Beatles are just going in, so I haven't listened to them yet. But the other 2 I did, and Judas Priest as well, was playing some of their discography as well. Now I'm just currently in the BTO stuff, so I picked out 3 BTO albums, a couple of the new ones, actually 4 I guess, so there was 2 on the one. Head On and Freeways were both in there that I was listening to, plus BTO 2, and I think the other one is probably Not Fragile. So those are the 4 that I'm kind of going through them now. So that's what I've been listening to. Also online with the headphones at night, I've been listening to some Jerry Rafferty for some reason. I just feel like listening to some of that stuff, so I've been listening to that as well. And yeah, so that's my listening habits. So I'm going to give you my top 5 now. Top 5, and I'll do this from least to most favorite, ranking them, I guess. So the first one is this Keys to Ascension by Yes. I like this a lot. It did get up as, for me, probably would have made it in the top 3 earlier in the month, but it's slipped a bit because some of the other albums I think are just a little stronger, not because this is bad. I do like this cover. I like the inside cover even better, even though it's basically the same thing, but this is in blue as opposed to being in purple. So yeah, pretty strong album, and the live stuff is good, but it's typical live stuff that you get from Yes. There's a lot of the same stuff, but the second CD has just 1 live song on it, I believe. No, I think it's all new. Yeah, it's all new. So second, this is all like an entirely new album, and I quite like what's on here quite a bit. Very Yes-like. So that one is my number 5. My number 4 is Styx's new album, Circle from Above. I can't remember the name of this album. It take a while for me to stick in my brain. It should be obvious when you look at it, but it isn't. It's a nice cover. I do like this quite a bit at the back as well. So it's a very good cover, one of their better covers, I think. Their last few albums have had some really excellent covers. I'm not sure how I feel about this. At points of time, I like it quite a bit. Other times, I think it's because Ivanovich, or whatever, I think that's his name, I think he has too much of an impact on the album. And he doesn't really have a Styx-sounding voice. He's good. His voice is good. His music is good. But I don't really think it sounds as... When I'm listening to him sing, I'm not thinking of Styx. JY doesn't do any singing on this album, which makes me think he's probably getting to the point where he just wants to hang it up. Well, he's got to be 75 now, so he's pushing it. The album is a good one. It's a solid album, but I just feel like it's not as Styx sounding as their previous album or even the one before that, which were all both good as well. But this one, just a little bit not quite as Styx sounding as I wish it would sound like, but it's still a good album. So that's number 4. Number 3, this album, which I thought would have made it to number 1, The Revenge of Alice Cooper, featuring the original Alice Cooper band. A lot of good stuff on this, but it kind of is like that Styx album. It has its moments when it's surging, and then other moments where I think, I'm not really crazy about that aspect of it. But it's good, solid, some really good hard rock here. Sometimes I like the lyrics, sometimes I don't like the lyrics, but it's doing well. It's made it as high as, 3rd place here. Next up, this was an album that has been on my playlist the longest. I'm going to say probably 9 months been in the playlist. It made it all the way to number 1. Didn't start out very well. Oh, sorry, I guess I should show you it. It's Nektar's Remember the Future. Didn't start out very well for me. Part of that was there was 2 discs in here and I was confused. I thought it was just like a double album, and then I realized, no, it's just the same stuff. Just a different version of that stuff and some bonus stuff as well. So yeah, this is quite good. It's grew on me enough to make it to the top spot last time. It's been holding that spot for a little over a month, I think. But just really good. The album cover, of course, is good. All of those early Nektar albums are fantastic. This one's no exception to it. The last one of the third, this is the 4th studio album. The 3rd one is now waiting its turn to come in. I was going to put it in today, but I thought, you know what? I already have too many of these oversized ones in my playlist area, so they don't quite fit into the slots, so then I have to pile them at the top. I don't want too many piled at the top, so I'm just going to stick with the 4. But the Book of Souls is probably going to come out next week, so then I'll put the other one in. The 3rd one, their 3rd studio album, which I think will do probably well as well. Anyways, that's my number 2. My number 1, this kind of really surprised me that this made it to number 1. I didn't initially like this album. Sorry, I guess I should show it to you again. This is Judas Priest Painkiller, their 1990 album, first one with Travis on it. Scott Travis, that is, sorry. Very good album. Yeah, like I said, it didn't start out very well for me in the listening. I thought the drums are too fast. It sounds a little too speed metal-ish, but once you get into it and you start listening to it, the tracks are really good. Even it's a little faster pace at points than a lot of Judas Priest, but it does have its classic Judas Priest sound to it as well. I feel like this could end up being my favorite album by them, which really is a big surprise for me. I did not think that would be the case. And I've had this album now for 3 or 4 years. It took me a long time to... I listened to it the first time, and then it took me a long time to listen to it a second time. Then it was waiting its turn to get in for a while, too, until I discovered that I can do this listening arrangement, and it works good for some of these albums waiting their turn. And then it got in the playlist. It didn't do initially very well at first, and then just it kind of reminds me of In Trance from the Scorpions. Didn't initially take off, other than the one song which I was familiar with, and it's kind of similar here, but just gradually took over. This is a very strong album, so it's made it to number 1 here. I don't know how long it'll hold on to that spot, but it took it a while to get there. But yeah, absolutely killer album. I do like the cover, and the back cover is pretty good too. So that's it. Those are my top 5. I'll let you have them again because they took a while to explain them. Painkiller from Judas Priest, Nektar's Remember the Future, number 2. Number 3, Alice Cooper's Revenge of Alice Cooper. Number 4 is Styx's Circling from Above. Number 5 is Yes's, almost lost it there, Keys to Ascension, their second one. I like this a lot better than the first one. The first one was, I don't think it only had 2 previously unreleased tracks. And it was just a lot of, yes, live stuff, which I have a ton of. Anyways, those are my 5, and that's it for playlist for today and for this month. I hope you enjoyed this episode. For those of you who like to listen to this kind of stuff, please hit the like and subscribe. You want to make any comments about any of the albums I've mentioned today, you can do that, or any of my lists, or maybe you want to suggest a group of albums I should listen to that you think I might like, you can do that as well. I'm always interested in new stuff. So anyways, I hope to see you all next week for another episode of next month for another episode of Playlist. So take care, have yourself a good day, good evening, and goodbye here from the Prog Monster.